Welcome to A Poor Millionaire. My name is Curtis, and today we're going to talk about my favorite subject. Well, one of my favorite subjects, passive income. Guys, passive income is the best way to make money on earth. And there's so many benefits to passive income. Number one benefit to passive income, you don't have to do anything for it, and it just shows up. It just comes in your mailbox. You don't have to get up in the morning. You don't have to do anything. In fact, actually, when you get up in the morning, you see your passive income has just come in. It is the best thing in the world. I have a few mineral rights in East Texas. I get those checks every day, and it's just free money. You know, nonstop. The checks never stop coming. It's not a lot of money, but you know what? When you get a $200 check or a $300 check, you're like, wow. I mean, that's awesome, you know, passively. You didn't do anything for it. All you do is just literally all you have to do is sign the check, stamp it, take a picture of it, and load it up into the bank, and you're done. That is the entire extent of it. It is 100% passive. That is the ideal. That's the reason why every single day I receive offers to buy my mineral rights in East Texas. But they're not for sale. I'm never selling the mineral rights because that passive income is just so beautiful. Like I said, the most amount of effort I do is two things. Obviously, I cash the checks, and then obviously I have to turn my taxes in at the end of the year and make sure it's on the taxes. That's it, and I get basically free money. Now, obviously, those are all inheritance. It's just small amounts, not that much, but still, passive income. That is the ideal passive income. If you ever get mineral rights, I highly recommend you never sell them for any amount. I know everybody's switching over to battery-powered cars and all that good stuff, but you know what? I plan on riding these mineral rights right into the ground, you know? Plus, they're always going to need some gas for some reason or another. The price will always stay about the same. They'll change it around, they'll move it around, but in the end, you're still going to get money off those mineral rights. That's the easiest passive income. Next easiest passive income is probably stocks and dividends. That's probably the next one, where the dividend off a stock, that's the easy passive. And then obviously, if you get an interest off a savings checking account, that's passive, but that's such a small amount. Guys, you know, every time I see somebody offering 2% on checking, I'm sitting there going, 2% doesn't even fight inflation, guys. I mean, that's inflation is literally gobbling up that 2%, just eating it, right? And then you're actually losing money. If you've got large amounts of money just sitting in the bank and you don't have it invested into a income-producing asset that produces more than inflation, you're losing money. You're literally losing money every single day. And that brings me to the next one. The next best passive income, and this one's even better than stocks in my opinion, my humble opinion, but obviously I am biased because I am a real estate mogul. I don't know if I can use the word, but I'll use it anyway for the laugh, all right, for the algorithm. All right, is it real estate? Real estate is amazing, guys. It is absolutely amazing for passive income and on top of the passive income, protection against inflation. Inflation is, and there are two things in life that I am scared to death of. That is high taxes and inflation. Both those things are after your money. They're just clawing at your money, people. They are coming after your money like a vicious wild animal. And if they get a hold of your money, they're going to take it all. All right? Taxes, you can get taxed to death and inflation to death. It's like they're stealing it from one side, and then they're trying to steal it from the other side. They're trying to gobble up what you got left. And the number one way to stop all that BS is to have a income-producing real estate asset. Because real estate, all right, you've got a $100,000 piece of real estate. Here's what happens. If inflation is, let's say, a very low percent, let's say it's 2%. Inflation is, I believe inflation's higher than that. Inflation's at 2%. Usually real estate's going up at about 3 to 4 to 5, depending upon the area, % 3% every year. So automatically, it's gobbling up that inflation and then giving you a little tiny extra on top, right? A little bonus, a little bonus. All right, everyone else, it's one of the things that always strikes me was when people are like, well, my house went up in value over the past 10 years by $20,000 to $30,000. No, it didn't really go up. You just didn't lose any money. That's what happened. What really happened is your house stayed exactly the same value. You just didn't realize it. You lost that dollar that you used to buy groceries at the store now is worth 20 to 30% less because of inflation over the past 10 years have been gobbling up that money, right? And you're not even, that's when, as you get older, you realize inflation even more. Because when you were a kid, stuff was so much cheaper, and now you walk into a grocery. You walk into Walmart, and I need to grab some groceries, a shirt, and this is Walmart, right? The cheapest place you can find. Groceries, a couple items, and it's $500. And you're like, how did I get to $500? You know what I mean? It's impossible. I'll tell you how you got there. It's called inflation. Everything's going up. A banana costs more than it used to. Meat costs more than it used to. Bread costs. Everything costs more money across the board. Now, obviously, we're getting some things that the price have come down on, like electronics have made our life easier. But for the most part, commodities, hard, solid commodities. And that's why real estate and land are the best hard, solid commodities you can buy. And income producing, that's even better. Think about that. Number one, the value of your, let's say you bought a $100,000 house, right? And you're owning it. It's going to go up to 3 to 4 to 5% every single year. And then of course, you got the people out there in YouTube land who are going to say, but Curtis, what if the market turns down and then I lose all my value? Well, hang on a second. You know what happens? Then after it goes down 10%, then it goes up 5 to 6 to 7% every year until it catches back up to where it was and then goes beyond. Guys, it is almost impossible to lose money in real estate. Yes, it is possible. Anything's possible. If you're an idiot and you buy a property above market, yes, you're almost guaranteed, and then the market drops, you're guaranteed to lose money. I mean, it's like basically you're betting against yourself. Now, obviously, if you buy it at a below market or at market, at a good market, a reasonable market, and you've got income producing, and you do your due diligence, and you make sure that everything gets taken care of, the property's taken care of, your renters are good, your rent's paid, your mortgage is paid, your taxes are paid, your insurance is paid, there's no way you're going to lose money. It's impossible, all right? It is impossible. There's unfathomable that you're going to lose money on real estate. Now, obviously, like I said, if you take unnecessary risk and you buy in an up market and you buy above market, and so many people fresh starting in real estate, yeah, they go out there and they do this silly stuff of buying stuff that's like, it's so high, they buy it at the biggest price known to man. They buy it with everything's done. They buy it with nice brand new carpet, freshly painted walls. It's basically a brand new house, right? They buy it at full market value, right? And then obviously the market comes down just a little bit. They can't get those rents. They're in it for more. They owe more on the house than the house is worth. Then the renter comes in. He tears up those brand new carpets. He tears up the brand new walls. He knocks out a window. The door gets pushed in. You got some plumbing issues, and suddenly you are a house in distress. And then you've got problems at your work, and you can't go out and fix this house. And now all of a sudden the renter moves out, and you got an empty house that's over market value. Yeah, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose your house because you weren't prepared for this, and you didn't buy that house below market or at market in a good market, right? You bought it above market. You bought it freshly painted. What you need to do is you need to buy a house below market. How are you going to buy a house below market? Simple, easy ways. I know I'm off on a little tangent here, but I just want to make sure you understand the complications. Real estate is complicated, but it's the best. All right? It's the best because of, like I said originally. First, let's finish this thought. When you buy a house, you need to buy a house that's in distress. That means the carpet stinks. It smells bad. You walk in and you're like, oh my God, it smells bad here, right? The kitchen cabinets are looking dingy, right? The door's not good. You got a window missing here. Walls need to be painted. All right, this is all easy stuff that you can easily pay a contractor to come in. With a $2,000 or $3,000, you can make the house look like a brand new house. Suddenly it smells good. Suddenly you can, with $2,000 or $3,000, you can take a house that's worth like it's $90,000. You can take it all the way up to $100K just with $2,000 or $3,000. Why do people not do this? It's because they're lazy, right? They're lazy. They don't want to spend the time and effort. All right, they're too busy to do it, and they just want to get out of that house as fast as possible. So they just leaving money on the table. It's your job to come get that money and just say, thank you. Thanks for bringing the money for free. I'm going to spend the $2,000 or $3,000. The value's going to jump up another $10,000. It's instantly $10,000 worth of equity. Bam. And if you're really go-getter, you can go paint it yourself, right? And also remember, you're going to do your own contracting. Contracting just means that you're going to hire other people to do things. You can get on Craigslist and say, hey, I need a guy to go paint my house. Guy shows up, make sure he does the work right, pay him correctly, or hire the guy if he's a really good painter. Make sure he's got, obviously check references. I know everybody out there is like going right now, going nuts. You're going nuts. You're like, hey, well, I hired a guy off of Craigslist and he stole my lawnmower. Yeah, it happens. That's part of doing business, people. You're going to have to watch what people are doing. Make sure they do the job. Make sure you pay them after they do the job. It's clear. That passive income, real estate, can be done. It's almost impossible to mess it up. Yes, if you don't know what you're doing in anything, you can mess up a free lunch. If you don't know what you're doing, you can mess up a free lunch, right? Real estate is a free lunch, okay? And if you do your due diligence, you won't mess it up. You will get that passive income and you will make a bunch of money. Passive income is the holy grail, all right? It is the greatest thing ever. When I get my money each month and I don't have to go to a job and work a job, it is the best thing in the world. All right, the second best, if you don't have real estate, you don't have passive income, the next best thing is go start a business. Work for yourself and build a business. And then you get employees work for you, and then it's kind of passive because you're not personally actually doing the work, but you still got to watch them. You still got to show up on time. You got to set a good example. But at the same time, though, you're leveraging your money so you can eventually buy assets that produce passive income. And remember, protect your inflation. Like I said, with stocks and bonds, a little hard on the inflation. If you've got mineral rights, the value of the mineral rights go up with the inflation, so you're covered, right? Land that doesn't produce income, yes, it will go up. You're covered on inflation. Problem is it's just sitting there, right? It's not doing anything. Land. I don't really buy land, all right? I don't buy land. The reason why is because it sits there and you got to pay taxes on it, and you're paying each year. You're paying taxes. You're like, well, someday I'm going to sell that piece of land for like 4 or 5 times what I bought for it, right? Or I'm going to parcel it out, Yeah, I'm gonna put a subdivision in there someday, right? Someday, right? All the time. It's basically you're paying, right? Yeah, there's a lot of people that make land speculation, make a lot of money. If you really want to make money, you buy real estate, and the passive income and the inflation proof that you get off the value that rises every single year is the way to go. Guys, I love passive income. I love making videos. I love making money. I hope you guys do the same. I appreciate you tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and let's make some money.